Oh, thank gosh, another human being. Oh, hey. Alright.
Yo.
Yo,
Hello.
yo. Got two of them now. Alright.
Hell yeah.
Now we're getting everyone here.
Finally
Looping them all in. Man, we're gonna have a lot to cover today. Holy crap.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Is it cool stuff?
I say it's cool stuff. Cool, bro, cool stuff. So.
Well, I had a 10 spin of like a goldfish, so it better be like entertaining.
Okay. I hope so. I hope so. But who knows? Maybe your memory will.
So we're covering it.
Oh, what was that, Nico?
We're covering. Don't you know we're covering Jaguar based off the successful movie starring Jet Jaguar.
We are adding Joker to the KWC.
Joker 2019 to the KWC. Jaguar.
His ability is the same word society, and then the other Kaijus just like die on the spot.
My goodness.
They all get smiles on their faces, you mean?
Nah, it's just die.
No.
It's just like, I can't live in society. Game
Hey,
rise
Great
up.
shot there.
All
We
right.
live in a society?
Society.
Yes, we do.
Society.
All right. Oh boy, we got a big family here today. All right. Let's get this sucker started properly. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this month's KWCC. I am your host, Kaiju X, and with me today, I have hashtag Justice for Heisei Mothra, also known as Nathus, also known as Biggie Cheese. Call him whatever
Hello.
you like. Then I have Fat Bacon Unicorn right under him. We have Gray Shot returning again because I have to
Greetings.
make do with this schedule. Anyway.
You're welcome.
Then we also have the regulars, Nagoda and Joe. Unfortunately, everyone's fan favorite Alex will not be joining us today. Press F in the chat for Alex, for he will not be here today.
And for respect for Alex.
We live in a society.
Alex does.
Rest in peace, Alex.
Don't
You
it'll
always
be back.
miss him.
E, dig it, Gray Shot.
Doesn't deserve the F.
Damn.
Dang, dude. But today we have, oh boy, we got a lot to cover today. A lot happened in the last month.
Uh-oh.
Lot. That includes.
It sure did.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
Nagoda's getting married.
Oh yeah.
You know.
He found.
Congratulations.
Yeah, he found a chick,
Yep.
one of his type.
Yes, it's
Oh.
they're getting together very shortly.
Yeah. KWCC number 59, Nagoda's marriage. Anyway. But no.
Match number 69, you mean?
Oh.
Oh, you mean Zilla
Oh,
versus
but that one
Frankenstein?
sucks.
Yes.
Anyway. But no, we got a lot to cover. We have 3 KWCs that came out in the last month. One of them a couple days ago. But in addition to that, we also have 2 surprise KWCEs that have cropped up. They will be the last KWCEs for the rest of the year, but we got 2 to cover nonetheless. So,
Yay.
with that said, let's begin this podcast with Match 274, Godzilla Heisei vs. Orochi, written by Harley Jameson with the banner by Andrew Sudomirsky, who is me.
Wait,
Godzilla fucking dies.
Spoilers!
It's the one where we all finally figure out Orochi can fly.
Yes, we'll go into
No,
that.
no.
We'll go into
This
that
is
in a bit.
this is the one we figure out Orochi can actually win a match.
God damn, congratulations to him.
Oh, that's far too true.
He's been around on this roster for how long, and this is his first victory?
Yeah. Oh, we also
Gives
have
a shit about Orochi.
We also have Birdman
Still
joining us
disappoint-
here today. So, say hi, Birdman, real quick.
Birdman.
Hi, Birdman.
Gosh darn it! All right.
And a Birdman.
Anyway,
Dicks.
all right. Let's go down. Let's go down the list of. We'll start from top to bottom, and we'll get everyone's opinions of the respective matches. So, we will start. So, Justice for Heisei Mothra, we'll start with you. What do you think of 274?
Oh, me?
Yes.
I thought it was surprising that Orochi didn't die in 5 seconds for once. Very proud of him. And like I said before, Godzilla fucking dies. And whenever that happens, the forms go in flames. The facial comments like a beehive. But this time, it didn't happen. I'm proud of you all.
I'm so proud of this community.
I'm not.
I guess that means we'll just go down to Fat Bacon Unicorn then, because it sounds like you said what you need to say.
I mean, to be fair, it was kind of a short match in my eyes, but it was short and sweet.
Okay, fair enough. That's completely fair, and I think that's also very appropriate that we have a short match before a long match. But we'll get
now that one. Can't wait for that one to talk about.
right. That one we'll get into later. So
That one's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah.
So, Bacon, what do you think of 274? What are your thoughts and opinions on it?
It was good. Nice and short. I liked how Godzilla died. That was actually pretty brutal.
Godzilla fucking died.
He's a Baragon now.
Oh,
no.
Hey, Baragon had it worse. He ate a heart and died.
Good.
And it still counted
Yeah.
as a loss for him, anyway.
I mean,
Moran
and it still counted.
choking dies.
God.
I mean, is there any other what's the? Yeah, I guess that is the worst, the saddest death in the KWC, just dying from heart.
Heart.
He had
Of course,
a
it's Baragon.
heart attack.
Hey, anyway.
Never say that again.
Hey, I'm
Stop
just gonna say
Anyway.
sorry now because I got a stuffy and runny nose.
Oh, okay. All right. Anyway, did you have any more elaborate thoughts, Bacon? Like, anything you liked about the match in particular? That kind of stuff.
I like the squid. How it illuminated the water. Banner looked pretty nice. Nice short match. Not really much to say.
All right. Well, in that sense, Gray Shot, what'd you think of the match?
So, as someone that had hand editing this one, I might be slightly biased, but I thought it was kind of quaint and kind of nice. I don't think it's Harley's strongest match by far. It definitely needed a lot of touch-ups here and there, but this was an older match. So it kind of makes sense she has improved in her writing style since this popped up. But for what's there, it is kind of well done. I do like the fact that Orochi comes out because he hears the legend of Godzilla. It's a cool setup. The battle is quick, but also I think people make note of it being short, but I think there's plenty of action that occurs. The fight progresses towards the beach. You get there is a sense of progression. The blinding of Godzilla, I think, is cool. Many people, I think, put Godzilla, he's nigh undefeatable. He's still a monster. He can still suffer damage, blinding, other, injuries and such things. So I like that. We don't really get to see that kind of side of Godzilla. And then him using the spiral ray only to miss, I also thought was kind of nice. Because, yeah, he is not... It's not a monster that is infallible. He can miss. So I thought overall I did like Orochi's win. And I did think it was a good ending. So yeah, another a solid match from Harley. I don't think it's the best. And a pretty good banner by you, Andrew. I don't think anyone's really mentioned it, but it's there's a lot going on in the banner, and it might be a little overly cluttered just a smidge. But for the most part, it's really cool, especially with the blue squid on the lake itself. That's a very cool shot.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Totally. Yeah, I have to agree. Like, this isn't hard. Like, I still like them. Like, as far as basic, like, fundamentally basic KWC goes, this is perfectly fine. Like, it doesn't break any of those rules. Orgy flying is I'm glad there's someone that finally took advantage of that weird ability that
It's just mystic. People. It's like, how does a dragon with no wings fly? I'm like, how does Grand King Ghidorah fly? Like, it doesn't flap its wings really; it just levitates. Like, or Mega King
Gravity,
Ghidorah.
son.
Yeah, exactly. It in that regard, it's anti-gravity. In this case, it's just magic, and it's just like a mysticism.
Magic, bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, no, it is nanomachines.
nanomachines. Yeah, right.
That is a chance. There is a chance of that. Yes.
Metal Gear time.
I do like that clip of him flying.
But yeah,
That looks so stupid.
Oh gosh. Now, in the film, it looks terrible, but friggin', like, you know, so if, like, anyone wants to have Orgy flying, be my guest. I guarantee you, it's not gonna look great.
Can we, if we do it, can we
How
have
fast
characters
can you
laugh
be?
at it?
I mean, you can laugh
I
at it.
I would just be like kind of in shock, but I mean, yeah, that works. I don't like him flying is something a monster would not know. It'd be like Gorosaurus levitating into the air. It's like, what?
Oh,
You
right.
can?
No, I mean, don't take that seriously. It's just an example.
Too late.
Yeah.
I'm
Gosh,
already
it's-
doing it now.
But no, it's
That's
just
gonna
like
be
a monster. A normal creature with decent intelligence would not be able to surmise that a wingless dragon could fly. So
How fast can Orochi go?
That's
mean,
unknown. We don't
Fast
know.
enough.
we do
It's
know he
kind of-
flew from the moon to the Earth in a relatively short period of time, considering that it takes the U.S. The U.S. what? How many days does
Well,
it take
it's
to
not-
get to the moon?
It's not even from the moon, per se. Like, the scene where Orchi flies is, like, somewhere in the middle of the movie when they're given backstory. So it's like, it's not even so much from the moon. He just kind of comes from space and slowly descends.
Yeah, so we have to know that he has to have flown at least a decent. He has to be able to fly at least a decent pace in space. So I would assume at least in Earth atmosphere, you can probably, as long as he's not like outspeeding Megaguirus.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
probably not. Yeah.
I would make
That's
note that
stupid.
like if that dragon could fly like so fast that it disappears from sight, that's a little extreme.
Right, right. I mean, obviously, the flight shown in the sequence is of, like, it's a bit more on the slower side, but it is of pace. I would say a Heisei era monster. Like, just write it as you would a Heisei era monster flying. That isn't
So
Rodan.
very slow, stiff,
Stiff.
Yeah, exactly.
and wires.
And nonsensical, yes.
Yes. That is very true, very accurate, and you nailed it right on the
And-
head.
And beams all over the place.
Yes, but anyway, back to what I was saying. Man, I kind of wish, like, banner-wise, I was definitely taking more the literal, try to find the image with the squids angle, as opposed to make a dynamic shot with the two and add the squids in later, because I could have done something with that, or I think I could have done better with it, because it is a little cluttered, and adjusting their height was really tricky. It was like, ugh, that was so hard because of the composition of the shot that I used, so it was really tricky. I do wish I could take a better advantage of, particularly the squid element. Like, imagine, like, Godzilla to the right, Orchi to the left are squaring off, and it's like both of them are splashing in a whole bunch of bioluminescent water. I think that would have been a much better visual image compared to what I produced. I was like, dang it. Because I think someone mentioned that ages ago, and it just did not cross my mind when I was doing the banner for this. So, great. A okay match from Harley and an okay banner from me. I guess that's the analogy here. Godzilla versus Orochi. The spectacle is just okay.
Godzilla dies.
Again.
Oh, yeah, one
Fucking
thing I'd
does.
like to say real quick is that Orochi images are really hard to find sometimes.
They are. Oh.
Orochi and Kamasugami are just.
Mhm.
Well, it's because
Oh yeah.
it's
At
because
least,
nobody
uh,
gives a shit about that movie.
Agami has the Monster Arts prototype. Orochi has like what, the vinyl? That's it.
Wait, he has a what?
The
what?
vinyl toy. Well, no, there are a couple. Like I think in the KWC round, the Monster Roundups thread, there's some good images that other guys have been able to find.
Oh yeah, that's where I go
Of
all the
Orochi?
time.
Is here Monster Arts?
There's a Akane, or whatever the Melodude's name is. I can't pronounce.
Akusagami.
Akutsugami, yeah. He had a prototype for Monster Arts, and it just never came out.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So there's
that
a
was
bunch of
legit.
angels.
Huh.
Yeah, that's a darn shame. We could have used more of that. We really could have.
Yeah.
I mean,
For
we
the
got the Peter Jackson
KWCA.
Kong and Alien and Predator. I'm sure it'll come out eventually.
Probably.
Nah, it's dead in the water.
It's
I wouldn't
it's
bet on
it's
it.
not it's not a Godzilla.
That's
It's
the
not
unfortunate
Godzilla.
problem. That is the.
Or Mechagodzilla. It's not
It-
happening.
It is a Heisei monster. We'll give it the
Well-
benefit of a doubt.
Well, they also started off a brown rodent Monster Arts, and that never came out, so
Damn.
low
What a shame.
chances.
Right. Anyway, yeah, let's keep discussion, proper discussion going along concerning 274 because I really want to talk about 275 tonight. I think that's going to be our big one. Really,
I'm
big one
excited.
oh yeah.
Pumped.
So, Nagoda, what'd you think of 274?
Surprised me that Orochi can fly, apparently. And it was really fun. Godzilla finally died. It's always fun to see that happen. And get a bit disappointed about the banner because I remember in an older KWCC, you guys were talking about, oh, let's throw Godzilla into a pool of bioluminescent squid. And then I see this come up, and I'm like, oh, is he finally going to be in that bioluminescent squid? No, he isn't covered in bioluminescent squid.
Right.
And it just disappointed me.
Oh no, I don't blame you, man. I do not blame you. Your disappointment in my banner is my disappointment in my banner, so we share the same thing. Oh gosh. Then again, maybe Destiny has a reason why this turned out the way it did. Oh gosh darn it.
It's a pretty good match overall, though.
Alright. So, but yeah, I figured, let's see. Birdman.
Also, it's a bit.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, wait. Sorry. Oh, it's also a bit ironic that a monster that can beat Uteno Ikusagami, who beat Orochi, loses to Orochi, who died to someone he already beat.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's just like freaking someone in the comments that mentioned something like that. It's like, Gamera should consider some lucky that he beat Orochi. It's like Gamera beat Orochi, Godzilla beat Ikusagami, but Orochi won against Godzilla? What is this?
What is this? Multiple writers?
Different
How
writers with different
shocking.
interpretations? What is this?
No. I thought the KWC wrote the KWC matches.
I thought it was an AI.
Ah.
I thought it was one singular person.
Hey, my name is
whose
Grayshot, thank you.
No,
That was
Gray
one
Shot, you're
singular
KWC
person.
now.
whose name is KWC. They're not
KWC
initials. It's just
Grayshot.
KWC.
My gosh.
He's like Sans Undertale. Grace out KWC.
Oh gosh, get an AI rated KWC match. That could be interesting. You know what? I'm curious.
April Fools, do it.
Yeah,
It doesn't
that'd be
go
fun.
well.
Oh, that'd be
I
awesome.
tried that Transformer talk thing see what it could make, and it ended up turning into something about adopting a child who turned into a dragon, who turned into some sort of villain hero thing, and then it went to aliens. I don't know, it just went all over the place.
Yeah,
Oh my
and
gosh.
we'll allow that.
Have an AI read every single match over 1,000 times and see what happens.
Ooh,
Oh.
yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. I'd love to read that. Anyway, we'll migrate over.
It'll just be Mothra dies 10 times over again.
Oh gosh, probably. But we'll transfer from Nagoda to Birdman. What did you think of? yeah, right.
Hey, it's because it's Heisei Godzilla who lost.
And it was Heisei Orochi who's seen as stronger as Godzilla as opposed to Bemular. So
No. We're just body shaming Godzilla.
Okay, fair enough. But no, Birdman, what'd you think of 274? Like, if you're able to speak, then do so. If you can't, just type it out and we will translate for you. I guess we're doing the translation thing. Oh no, I shouldn't be humming that. YouTube might spam me or something.
Well, you're getting taken down now.
$5,000 for your account? Indeed.
Oh gosh. First spamming emotes and see where it goes from here. Oh boy.
I felt let down by this one.
I like the way Joe read that. Joe, keep reading Birdman's comments because that actually sounded kind of nice. So
Yes.
Ding it.
Hey, changed.
Harley promised the match that she said was super gory a couple of sessions back, and this
There you go.
was tame. It was tame. I did promise that.
Damn.
I'm sure you did.
Alright, but yeah. Ultimately, it seems that Birdman's kind of disappointed with this one.
Wah, 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 wah.
Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum.
Let's see if Birdman has anything more to elaborate on. Give him a second.
The answer will not surprise you.
Oh my gosh. Well, as Birdman's typing out the last of his comments, Joe, what'd you think of 274?
I think you know my thoughts.
Gosh darn it, Joe! I love how it's like, that's all you have to say is
He loved it. He absolutely loved it.
I loved it so much I forgot to read it.
Ah, dang it.
You didn't have to read it. You already know what happens. You read our minds.
I think somebody dies. I forgot who.
yeah, something about
Mothra.
that. Yeah, Mothra does.
No, Baragon.
Okay, yeah, Baragon
Baragon
does.
fucking died.
Legendary Godzilla loses again to Bemular.
Yes.
Ah,
Those are guys all loses against Sanda.
oh, yeah.
First thing there is for the KWC.
I would also make note that I think in most people's eyes, Orochi is a far more powerful monster than Bemular. So I think that might be why they consider him,
He
a
is
touch more powerful.
It is a god.
Right, exactly. I think the reason why Match 274 isn't getting as much salt thrown his way compared to something like Godzilla, because Bemular is seen as a B, C tier monster. He's weaker.
He's a monster of the week.
Yeah,
Made
exactly.
to die.
Exactly.
So,
Godzilla's the king.
oh, right. Whereas Orochi is like a power. Orochi is generally seen as a powerhouse. So.
He's a literal god.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that, goes with the whole I can fly even though I have no ability,
He
no
looks
wings or
like-
anything.
All right.
He looks like he lives near McDonald's and goes here like every hour.
Oh gosh. If King Ghidorah got fat, there we go.
Come on, DeviantART. Dude.
Hey,
Oh,
don't
no.
fat shame Orochi. He's very
Fat shame
insecure
Godzilla.
about it.
I mean, he's so large that he lost his back legs in the bulge. Like, it's just... He doesn't
No, his
really...
back legs are there. They're just like tumors that stick out of his skin.
It's not a tumor.
Orochi has diabetes.
No, he had to get them cut off so they could get rid of the diabetes.
Yeah, right.
No, they had to come off to get him out of his house.
Oh gosh.
Jeez.
But yeah, apparently Birdman's just kind of disappointed with this one on the merit that Harley apparently, we're just taking it as an apparently here, that this was supposed to be like a super gory match, but it kind of wasn't, so. So it was like whether or not I can't I do remember Harley saying something about that, but I also can't remember I almost wanted to say it was attributed to this match, but I don't know for sure. So
I will say I don't think I cut up. I don't think I edited anything out in regards to blood or gore because I did do a bit of edits on this one. But
right.
For the most part, I think what this comes down. I also look at the comments and I realize a lot of people expected salt and stuff, but that's not the case with this. Just because Godzilla's lost many matches, no one really cares if Godzilla loses the match. What people lose is when it seems he loses for an unjustified reason, which is I don't know, fighting when he's fighting Bemular. I think people are just more shocked at that than
right, Bemular or Sanda as opposed to Orochi, yeah.
Exactly.
And plus, once again, Legendary Godzilla I think is currently taking the limelight as far as the Godzilla everyone wants to love and adore. So I think the more likely that I don't think anyone's gonna care if Heisei loses at this point. He used to be the triumphing king because he was the only real Godzilla we had, especially for KWC, for the longest time. But now we got Shin Godzilla, we got Legendary Godzilla. We have other Godzillas that I think people could probably lean to in terms of preference. So,
yeah, 1000%.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's probably the case here. Me on McDonald's. Okay, that's good.
You look like the Happy Meal toy.
But yeah, I think. Yeah, with that said, are there any other additional thoughts we'd like to give to 274 before we migrate on to what probably could be the highlight for the night?
Yeah, wait, no, let's move on.
Godzilla fucking died.
No. He's. Did you hear him? He sounds very invested. He wants to keep talking about this.
I'm fine.
Let's talk about how Godzilla fucking died.
Godzilla dies because he too eats the McDonald's.
Yeah, he got diabetes and fucking died.
Alright.
Right in the middle
Every
of the match.
Heisei monster has a diabetes.
Alright. So with that said, let's finally transfer over. In spite of Biggie Cheese's enthusiasm, we will transfer over to match 275. Yeah,
No, we're gonna go to 276.
Yeah, we'll just go over to 276. Yeah, we'll go over to match 275, Godzilla, Mothra Leo, Muto, and Batra versus Rodan versus Skullcrawler versus Megaguirus versus King Ghidorah. Legendary incarnations for those for the ones I didn't specify. This one, oh boy. We have
Longest match yet.
Yes, that is the first thing we'll throw out there right now. This has now succeeded match 200 in terms of absolute length. This
can I?
Oh, go ahead.
This
Can I
was
add
a
something?
blast to read.
If match 200 is like Infinity War, and this is like Endgame.
Exactly. You know,
Nah,
You
it's more of a
guys keep
civil
giving me
war.
higher and higher word counts to go up to.
Are you challenging me? Is he challenging me?
Nagota's
Oh, shit,
challenging
oh,
you.
Okay.
So he's been trying to surpass you for a while, but I think with this, that hope might be dwindling. I was like, 200's the only one I need to surpass. Good, 275. Oh no.
I mean, technically,
Womp, womp.
I did help out on this one.
Yes,
so.
you did. So you know what? Your name's up there with the longest match of all time. Good for you. So yeah, you have nothing to worry about. But yeah, we have match 275, which is also going to be alternately known as Cataclysm of the Monsterverse. I believe that was the subtitle we gave it, just because the list of monsters was a little too long. We tried shrinking it down.
That sounds metal.
Oh yeah,
sounds
yeah,
metal as
Cataclysm of
hell.
the Monsterverse. Oh yeah, that was something Greyshock came up with on the spot. I was like, you know what? I like it.
Yeah, I think yours was really like Cataclysm. It's something. It was like Monsterverse, Cataclysmic. It was,
oh gosh, I think I came up with something, but then you came up with that one, which was even better. I'm trying to. What were they? I think I had like two in mind.
You had Dimensional Cataclysm.
That's right. Yeah, Dimensional Cataclysm, and I think I had like something else too. Yeah, for it. I think. Yeah, it was like Dimensional Cataclysm or something like that. But then, like, Cataclysm in the Monsterverse. All right, awesome. That works. That works just fine. But yeah, we have this one. Yeah, this one is not only our largest KWC to date. This is also going to be the largest KWC in terms of collaborators. We have Dao Zhang Mao, also known as Nagoda. We have Moa. I'm sorry. We have Landon Soto, also known as Ultimate Junior. Joseph Steiner Jr., also known as Joe, right over here.
Wait, Ultimate Junior.
Wait, what? Oh.
Ultimate Junior.
Okay, no, Landon Soto. I was staring at Steiner Jr. and thought of Ultimate Junior.
We fused.
Oh my god, he's fused!
Explains everything. Oh no. No, Landon Soto, Ultimate Ditto. My apologies for that. And Joseph Steiner Jr., who is our beloved Joe over here. We have Andrew Sudomersky, myself, Kaiju X, Tyler Treeshock, Greyshot 151, and
Hello.
Alex Williams, who is not here today. Gosh darn it!
Unfortunately,
we already had our F's in the chat, so we don't need to worry about it. But yeah, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 writers. Or
in other words,
6 people that had a
in
hand in making this
KWCC.
match, yes.
yes, yeah, we had 6 writers for this, and we had the wonderful banner. I should say banners. Wonderful banners created by EJ Sue, who had previously worked on another Great Shot match for 225.
Yep.
Oh man, it feels so nice seeing everyone here. Like, it's just like, having them here. I know I had a hand in creating the title and the GIF transitions, but simple stuff. So, but yeah, it's like, yeah, both banners are made by EJ Sue. He did I'm gonna, okay, I'll give my praises. I'll sing my praises when that time comes. But first we'll go with Heisei Mothra, Heisei Mothra. That's what I'm calling you now.
No, don't call me that. I'm for Nat.
Yeah. Matt? Okay.
Nat.
Okay. Okay,
Yes.
You know what, Nat? I like that. It's simple, to the point. I don't need to think of a million names for it. Anyway, all right, Nat. Do tell us your thoughts on 275, because I know you really want to go into that. So, do tell your thoughts on 275.
I loved Rodian's first match in the KWC. I am very happy he survived this whole thing. It was just a roller coaster from like the beginning to the end. Even if the Sin Earth stuff was like confusing to me, since I don't really get the background behind that. But I just love how they had like everybody involved. You can see where they were involved at, and the Kaiju themselves were written very true to the source material they come from, and the banner art was amazing. I'm loving the banner art too. And trying to think of some more stuff to say. Come back to me in a bit.
All right, fair enough. Well, all right. Let's see. Bacon has himself muted because family's over. But Bacon, if you can give your thoughts, please do so now.
I guess in the meantime, I can speak a little bit on this while he writes up stuff.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah. But yeah, no, this match was actually planned for a little while in regards to like the story and whatnot. I pretty much knew what I wanted to do since Ultra 7. Like, I wanted it to be this grand, epic, this awesome, epic match that incorporated the legendary monsters. But I wanted, I wanted Audrey to obviously play a part, but I didn't want it to be like her part. I didn't want her to be overwhelming. Like I wanted it to be a natural inclusion. I wanted her to be like central to the story. Oh, my headset just died. But no, yeah. Otherwise, the characterizations were awesome. That's why I wanted this, because I was like, there's so many different monster fights. Everyone's gonna want to use these. Why not get everyone on board? And that's exactly what happened. And I'm so happy with how it turned out. The fights were amazing. Actually, there were a lot of like people that made invoices. Like, sadly, Alex is not here, but he actually was the one that recommended that Mega Gears be basically the Phase 1 villain, and I love that idea. Basically, her transitioning into King Ghidorah. The whole... Sorry, what?
And also he was the one who wanted the death scene from Mega Gears too. Don't forget that.
Yes, he wrote that section. Nagoda...
Kaiju fucking dies.
Yes. Everyone had awesome sections that they included, whether it be with the Muto, Mothra, like everyone wrote like a bits and sections that they were most invested in, and I think it really pays off in the final product. I cannot thank everyone enough for all the hard work they put into this. It was a long, long process, but
you're welcome.
Yeah, but it was definitely worth it. And the banner by EJ Sue is just amazing. But yeah, I'll give more thoughts once everyone, because I have so many things to say. But
definitely.
Just a brief overview. Yeah, this was an awesome, epic match. I'm so happy with how it turned out, and very, very happy.
And a promise of bigger, crazier things yet to come if the many epilogues after this were of any indication. So,
exactly.
So that's it. Bacon, can you give your... we'll swoop back to you real quick. Even though you have written your comments in here.
To all you that worked on this, you literally did an amazing job. This match was one of my favorite matches. Every time I had to pause it, I felt like sad and angry that I couldn't continue reading. And every time I paused, I was like, when you're watching a TV show and you're on the edge of your seat and then it's like, to be continued?
Yeah.
That's how it felt. That is how it felt to me. Every time I was on the edge of my seat, the fights were amazing, brutality was nice, I loved the characterization, the writing, it felt natural, the story was good, and whoever had the idea of green burning Godzilla, you're a literal genius, because that sounds badass as hell. You guys did a really good job on this.
Yeah, just briefly, that idea was just because I was like, well, if Mothra insinuates that, and we have what if he glowed green, to showcase transition,
like a different power, different type.
Yeah, exactly, from Mothra Leo, and I was like, oh yes.
So, and plus it gave something a little different than what had already been done in the King of the Monsters. So it was like, green burning Godzilla. All right, cool. But yeah, thank you very much for the praises, man. Yeah, we really went crazy. We went ham on this one.
Yeah, Andrew was the overseer. Fun little fact: he was actually the one that oversaw the King Ghidorah, especially the idea that they always refer to themselves as we
or they.
Yeah. They that was all his idea. He was the one that actually wrote most of the King Ghidorah, minus the end battle, which was me. The most of the actual fighting with King Ghidorah, Andrew had a hand in, and yeah, he did a phenomenal job knocking it out of the park with his description, the battle, everything.
Right. I think originally I just wanted to contribute to a couple small parts of. I think there was King Ghidorah's introduction, which Grayshot had something there, but I kind of expanded upon that, or just kind of took range from that, and expanded on that. The Hawaii sequence with Godzilla and the Muto that came right after that, and then the ending with the Batra and the Millennians. I think that was all I had initially wrote but I had a much stronger inkling to take over some fighting sequences. So I was like, okay, you know, maybe I'll just do this, and I wound up taking I guess like everything from like King of like. Well, not necessarily like all the King Ghidorah sequences. I definitely took most of it, though. I took most of King Ghidorah sequences.
The part right after Godzilla shows up, finally.
Pretty much around the time Godzilla shows up. Like, around the time to where Godzilla shows up to Ghidorah's victory on Shin Earth. Like, all that was pretty much written by me. But I also have to give kudos to Gray Shot, because there were some ideas I was kind of like throwing some ideas at the table because I wanted to break up the like kind of wanted to I didn't want to indulge on the fight too long. I wanted to break the pace with the like, you know, a healing sequence or something. And one of these weird subplots I originally envisioned was where, like, I hadn't fleshed out the idea, I was just throwing it out there, the whole mind reading thing. That was originally going to be applied to the Muto, where they would discover something about Godzilla, but then Gray Shot brilliantly changed it to reading Nick's mind of how to defeat King Ghidorah, and the answer was the Muto. I love the change, and I have to thank you for making that ridiculous idea work so well for the story. Like, hot dang, I am super happy with that part you kind of tweaked around it, because it turned the ridiculous idea of mind reading into something that, you know, felt very natural to the circumstances and story told. So it's like, thank you, man. I have to give you kudos for that as well. But
thanks.
But yeah, no, like reading, yeah, this whole thing was a blast. I think it's really helped me. Granted, I have a whole lot of WIP projects that are like, gosh darn it, I need to get these done. But I will say this match was probably the one match that's helped me kind of get back into the swing of things as far as writing goes. And I hope you guys look forward to not only what I have in mind for the future concerning the, I guess kind of like this, like we'll be splitting, how should I say this? We'll be splitting timeline, or I wouldn't say timelines, but we'll be splitting matches here. That while Gray Shot's main series will continue, I'll kind of have like my own match or series of matches maybe. That'll, like, you know, continue on the Shin Earth stuff, because I kind of fell in love with the Shin Earth stuff after working with him with 211 and now this, and it's just like I just want to expand. I want to expand on that, or at least take just opportunity of that world and just the stories it can tell. So. Yeah, I'll probably like go into some of my favorite sequences to write, or I actually have like one sequence of mine that I really enjoyed writing. But before I say any more of that, I just want to say everyone did an amazing job. Like, it's hard to believe all this was written by 6 different people, but it all kind of flows very naturally, and it's crazy to think that, like, you do not get this kind of quality with other people who write other stuff. And yeah, Gray Shot, you did one heck of a job to make sure everything flowed as smoothly as possible. Holy crap, that was crazy. Oof.
Yeah, it was a lot of balancing.
Right. Oh, I can imagine. Yeah, let's see. Well, I'll transition over to Nagoto real quick, and then we'll just kind of go from there. So.
Okay, so the morning this came out, I remember I was walking to my art class, and then I just see a Discord text, like a notification showing up saying new match is out. I go to check it, see it's this one, and then I spent my entire what's called morning just reading that thing, ignoring the lectures in my art class.
As we intended.
As it was meant to be.
Yep. This was really, really fun to help out on, though. Like, I was kind of in a writing slump when I was doing my part of it, but I really like how it turned out in the end. Because I think mine was the right when King Ghidorah shows up to where Godzilla shows up. That was my segment.
Mhm.
And I had a lot of fun just trying to figure out, what can I do here? Oh, I can't kill this guy, so how can I just really mess up these characters?
Right. All the while, I'm writing my section, which has characters like that, are doing their own thing. So it's like, Dakota had a look into the future. It's like, all right, who's here? Who's alive? Who's not? What needs to transition to Kaiju X's part of the story? So it's like, yeah.
Yeah, and one of my favorite moments, I think, was, I remember, we started this when the movie came out, so...
Yeah, that was like back
when the trailer hit.
Yeah.
We were discussing.
Yeah,
we were
when the
like,
trailer
use the
hit.
trailer as reference, and then the movie came out. We're like spoilers. Ghidorah can regenerate. Oh.
right.
Yeah. And then I got the novel, and then I realized, wait, he doesn't just regenerate out of nowhere. He needs energy to regenerate.
Mhm.
So I basically he started just absorbing ambient energy out of the lightning and stuff, and the radiation around him to heal his own wounds while he was fighting. I had a lot of fun with this segment.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Some really just, I can't even describe it. The banners are just amazing.
Yeah, the again, EJ Su did knock it out of the park. I gave him for this one, the last one, I kind of gave him the idea. I was like, well, it takes place in a forest. Here's the general idea, yada yada. This one, I was very much okay, here's the idea. This is the setup. This is what the other idea is doing. This is what you want to do. Yeah, so it was. I very much tried to cultivate this banner a lot more, with Godzilla being the focus in one and Ghidorah being in the other, since they are the primary opponents.
Yeah, the primary
by the
forces.
end.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, definitely. Ooh.
But no, yeah, glad it was enjoyed it. But yeah, Nagota, your section was. Why don't you tell the people what section you worked on? But I will still say, obviously I did. Kaiju X and I did touch ups to make sure everything flowed. But I think everyone did a knockout job when it came to their sections.
All right, so my section was labeled Storm Warning. I basically had the part where King Ghidorah shows up, the entire fight scene from there to the point Godzilla shows up. So basically, I had where the Muto, he charges Ghidorah while he's doing the subjugation roar. Rodan attacking, what's it called? The Skullcrawler attacking Rodan. I forget what else it was, but oh yeah, the scale attack. That was a really fun thing I did, where Mothra Leo does his paralyzing scale wind thing towards King Ghidorah, and then King Ghidorah, though he's stunned, he keeps moving forward because gravity, laws of motion, and he just slams both of them slam into the ground at top speed.
Oh, that's good.
All right, so who's next? I'll just stop here for now.
Yeah, let's see. Nat already gave his thoughts. He had changed his name to Nat, so that way we can keep it simple. So we'll go down to Birdman, who actually I'm kind of surprised wasn't involved in this match, because I know Birdman's one of our quality writers, and I'm kind of surprised he didn't
I think I remember he was gonna, but he dropped out.
Okay, he was busy. All according to Cake. But no, he was busy at the time that it was proposed. So it's okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. But Birdman, what'd you think of 270? Well, write your thoughts on 275. Joe, give your thoughts on 275, and then we'll read Birdman's thoughts. So, oh boy, what can I say that no one else has? Oh gosh, that is tricky, but. But yeah, Joe, just give your thoughts while Birdman just continues to ride out. So.
Yep.
This feels like a great. This feels like a great, both conclusion and starting place for something new with the Great Shot series. I really cannot say much that anyone else hasn't said. It is. It's just.
Please go
amazing.
on. Please, please.
It's amazing, and I'm glad that we all pulled this off.
Yeah, I think it could have turned into a very big mess with like everyone involved and everyone working on it at one time, but it luckily didn't. Less of a mess, more of a, pretty decent match, I'd say. Just maybe a decent match, maybe.
Yeah, it's not as good as it might not be as good as King Kong versus Gabara.
This is true.
But it's a fantastic one.
Yeah, the some quick notes or some highlights I've been thinking of. The idea to have all the monsters attracted by the Maul and Laura was essentially like an idea on the call and like bringing them. That's kind of why we had a post-apocalyptic, because we were like, well, this was actually a world like then we would have to deal with like other humans and other characters. It's like we don't want to do that. It's very much these are the last monsters left on Earth. It makes it then it understands why they would be attracted by this call and why like you don't have like other monsters showing up as well. In regards,
I'm confused.
Yeah.
These are the last monsters on Earth in the story?
Yes.
Roughly. I would say roughly.
Yeah.
What happened?
By chance, did you read 211?
I did, but
It's been a while.
I kind of had a
happened.
hard time understanding it because I'm dumb.
No. Just at the end, they just make note of that the Millennium, the Millennians basically, in like the Shin Orga like humanoids, basically destroyed the world. Like even the
It's so
Titans.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they destroyed the world to free Ghidorah and screwed themselves over by freeing Ghidorah. So.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
There's clips at the end that showcase the it's like Mothra's battling in one, Ghidorah's fighting in another. Like all the monsters don't like these things, but they're just all over the planet, and it just basically irradiates the world. Everything dies.
For your Birdman's comments.
Yeah, from the Millennians, like the humanoid like Shin Orga things, and it goes into far more detail into 11. But that's why that's kind of like was an unintentional but kind of beneficial side effect. And if there obviously we have one side, which is this is the white anomaly. We do still have the black anomaly, which has the Titan realm. But
oh yeah, that one's gonna be good.
That the note there is sometimes when it comes to writing, it's easier when there's less characters involved.
Yes.
And in this case, it's like most of the world is gone. Let's just
Yay.
It's also why like it also generates like why is the Muto like immediately when he hears this foreign thing goes after it? It's like because it's literally been alone with Godzilla for like years. It's on an island.
It's adopted some of his characteristics while he was there as well. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just like it's basically someone screaming social activity and running off because they're like been trapped. So that's the case. But I mean, all the characters have a good motivation of why they go there, and that's why that's something I tried to keep up with, like all the characters. I especially enjoyed Megaguirus just kind of because it being so prideful and thinking it is so above everything else because it values its speed, and then the moment it fights something that it actually can match it just falls apart instantly because it just doesn't know it's never fought something that can go as fast, or maybe not as fast, but can fly and adapt in the air to something as fast as it. Just it's basically the Bane speech. You were born in the darkness. I was raised by it, molded by it. Yeah, that whole shtick. Yeah. So Rodan turning the tables and like using Megaguirus' ultimate weapon, like the ball, like flinging it back. Oh, so good.
Right. Oh yeah. By the way, I realized something while I was reading the match when it came out. We kind of mixed up the heads a bit because it's the left head that's the curious one, and we kept mentioning it as the right head that was the curious one.
Oh gosh, I know in my segment I tried to make sure that the left head was curious. Like anytime I wrote it, it was definitely left head curious. But I think
I messed it up on mine.
Darn it! I thought I caught that. Oh well. But yeah, forget. Let me read what Birdman said here real quick. What can I say? No one else has. Everyone's writing comes together so perfectly that you can't tell 6 people wrote it. All the characters' stories are written well and either tied up neatly or given the room for potential future development. People are obviously going to try and top this, but I say it's impossible. So, great shot.
Yeah. Oh, what? Oh, I am. But no, yeah. Yeah, I would definitely agree with the whole topping thing.
Great shot has a habit of getting things back to front.
What the thing I just thought of and something I realized is we didn't even mention probably my favorite part of this match, which was the whole Belvera. Belvera was one of the most early things I had for this match, like throwing her in there, and she actually was a late addition to Ultraman versus Zone Fighter, like that whole section. Because I wanted to include Belvera in this because I thought we needed like another perspective that wasn't the other humans.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, by the way, I'm probably going to steal your Belvera idea and make her the Batra priestess.
Oh, no, that's fine. I think that's like everyone's headcanon for Belvera. It's like, oh, make her the Batra priestess. So, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Tom did that in 150.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, so it's not something new, but I just like the idea of Belvera basically like being stuck with like she doesn't change like all the other like the headcanon in this one was like all the other ones like reincarnate, they change with the Mothras, but or at least they sometimes do, but Belvera's never changed. She's always been Belvera. She's always been stuck with Batra, so she's just sick and bored and tired. That's why she does. I like the idea that's why she goes after like Desghidorah and Dagarla. She just wants something to change. She just is tired of everything staying the same. Like everyone makes note, oh, the humanity is going to end. And she just piffs like, okay, so it doesn't matter. Like
every year that happens.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just kind of she's just alone. She just works on her things, and she's just why do okay, I've saved the world like tens of thousands of times. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter. Like I like that idea from her. She's just kind of sick and tired of it, but she kind of gets convinced by her sister to be like, okay, I guess I'll go try and help out. And it's her like mini arc throughout, like helping, going like speaking to Ultra 7 and such. Yeah, that was, or her like her talking to Batra was definitely personally my favorite highlights of the match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Batra and Belvera bring a nice sense of like, they bring a surprising sense of comedy to the match that you wouldn't have suspected. But it also kind of works out favorably to the match. It kind of breaks, like, it helps, there is a certain weird comedy element to Batra and Belvera that I think benefits the match in of itself. For that matter, and I guess I'll go into probably one of my favorite parts of this match. Like, there are a lot of highlights I really enjoyed, like Mothra being eaten by the Skullcrawler, only to, use her stinger to rip out of its throat. Or, freaking, like, Godzilla fighting King Ghidorah. But my favorite part is actually after Godzilla's defeated, after Godzilla takes care of the Skullcrawler with the last of his nuclear energy, where Batra versus King Ghidorah and the subsequent very brief King Ghidorah versus Mothra Leo bit. Those are probably my favorite sequences in this entire match. Because I adore that it's like King Ghidorah has been tanking every hit that everyone else has thrown at him, and the exhaustion is settling in. It is all there. Like, Godzilla's kicked his ass, and everyone else has tried to stand up to him. Everyone stood up to him, and he's at a point of exhaustion. Now comes along this new powerful moth god that just tears right into him. It is it is a surprising one-sided fight with King Ghidorah King Ghidorah is the underdog of this section of the fight. And I love that. It's like taking this powerful creature and just putting him, like, slamming him under the pedestal. It's like...
Yeah, it's basically like you're throwing, like, all the Dragon Ball characters, and you throw the One Punch Man in, and they're just like, we all kind of know our power. Saitama just comes over and knocks out Frieza or, like, Goku, and there's like, oh god.
Right.
It's like taking a character that should be, they are the top of the line in their universe, and then maybe they're not as tough against someone else, and that kind of shock. It's always fun to play with that.
Right, and I think that's what I enjoyed about it too, was the fact that I was like, I could just have Batra completely just go ham on King Ghidorah, just completely just shred his wings, tear his wings off, slicing off his head with his reverting to the larva form, digging underground, getting him from above, slicing his head off, which matched which I know one of Greyshot's major things when it came to writing Batra was that he was going to be kind of like the one that's going to mess everything up. So I had that in the form of his death, where he's the one that supplies Ghidorah the energy needed to restore back to full power, and the fact that he severed the head, giving Ghidorah the chance to come back to life. So it's like, yeah.
He went down fast. I was surprised about that part.
Right. So it was like, yeah, the tough part of writing the match, which I think is why it's probably my favorite, is the fact that I had to keep it short enough to where it'd be quick, but long enough to where it'd be an exciting standout sequence. So I didn't want it to be too long, but I didn't want it to be too short either, for purposes of pacing. So, oh man, yeah, I adored writing that sequence. That was such a fun fight.
Oh yeah, can I cut in real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, one thing that I just remembered was King Ghidorah. He right after he goes through the portal, like he goes out, sees this brand new world full of life and humans to go torture and stuff, and he calls out to the Titans in this realm to work under him and stuff. Yeah, subjugation call. And I like how it shows, like, Anguirus, like, he's there. He's like, oh, who's doing this dumb roar thing?
Yeah.
No one's gonna listen to this. And right as he's about to do it, the first one that roars back is King Kong.
Right.
Yeah, it really felt natural as him on chilling on, like, Faroe Island, just being like, what the heck is this? Yeah, no.
Right, like, yeah, I think that's something Alex probably would have said too, is the fact that it's like, freaking the world. It was like King Ghidorah may be new to the world, but nobody's going to listen to him. They do not take his presence kindly. So it's like, yeah, I do love the fact that it's like, even if King Ghidorah had won this battle, hell would have been brought to him on Earth. Like everyone would have tried to stand up against him. And I love that. I adore that.
When Mothra stabbed the Skullcrawler through the throat, I misread that, so I thought that she got eaten whole and she killed the Skullcrawler by cutting open his stomach. So when he came back later in the match, I was confused and had to reread it.
Or maybe it was through the stomach. I can't even remember what I wrote. But yeah, either way, it's kind of like a Kong Skull Island moment where Skullcrawler's throat got slit open, but he was still alive.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a brutal. Because I always wanted to finish off Skullcrawler with the nuclear pulse attack from Godzilla Aftershock. Always wanted to finish him off with that. So it's like he needed to live. He absolutely needed to live. But that was so much fun. That was
the thing about this match was trying to go for fatalities, because the last thing we were also having an issue with was what do we do? How do we kill Ghidorah? And the idea finally came with like, well, let's just do a fusion of the Kiss of Death and the explosion, which is basically he fires the atomic ray down, basically through an opening the Muto makes into Ghidorah, and just blows him up. Like it's not clean cut as nuclear Mothra pulse, but yeah,
it's still something different, which is understandable because it's like don't want to do everything that's the same. Don't want to just do the written version of nuclear pulse. Just do something a little different.
Yeah.
So. Oof. Oh yeah, this one was a trip. Oh right. Joe. Oh, I forgot that you were the last one that needed to give thought. What'd you think of it? What are your contributions to the match, and what's probably your favorite sequence that should be being around?
I said my thoughts on it.
Oh yeah, you did, didn't you? Oh.
Yeah, he mentioned it.
My mind's blank.
My favorite sequence is Megaguirus' death.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
that was Alex. I fleshed it a little bit out, but Alex had the idea of that part, and the her death is quite just the fact that you just hear the scream. It's just like oh no.
Well, right. I mean, like she encounters Ghidorah in the storm, then she gets torn apart, and then it ends with the ends with the burning carcass. You do not screw with King Ghidorah.
Yeah.
For my contribution, I wrote the Mothra versus Skullcrawler section.
Wait, which section of that?
When Mothra arrived. It was from...
I think it's the beginning part, somewhere in the...
Oh, I thought it was later part.
When the Skullcrawler... the part where Skullcrawler is going to eat Nick and Audrey to when was it?
When he's going to eat them and Mothra attacks him.
Yeah, from then to I think a part with Megaguirus.
Alrighty.
There's little bits here and there. Yeah, I think it was up to that part, and then the Muto shows up, and then you kind of helped fill in the gap a little bit. Again, everyone had a hand everywhere, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just who did what again?
Uh-huh.
Who added what part?
Oh gosh, yeah, I don't blame you. I do not blame you. Yeah, that stuff gets it's 6 different writers across one big match. It's who did what? Well, no, Greyshot had the whole thing. His fingerprints all over this one. But Freed, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was editing this, and I basically had the whole story written out, and it was really I left it up to add their own little section here or there. But I think again, I think we've gone on for this for a little while. But I think overall that everyone put in 110% on this match. It definitely shows, and this is definitely an awesome way to celebrate Halloween, where we don't have an organ match for once.
I know, finally. Good
Yay!
Yay!
Written by the KWCC. Okay, that's good. That's good.
Written by AI.
Yeah, right. But yeah, friggin', that's crazy.
Written by Alan Smithy.
But yeah, no, this was crazy. This is probably one of the craziest matches. I do not expect anything to top it anytime soon. I do not expect that. So, I mean, it's sure, we'll get longer matches. Sure. 20,000 words? Yeah, maybe. But this? Holy crap. This was also... Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, this match was supposed to be... That's right. Yeah, this match was supposed to be the finale to the Legendary Month.
Oh, yeah, oh, God, yes. That was... We held off on this because we didn't want to rush it.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, we just decided, let's just, instead of making it what was it? 260 or 265 or something is the finale.
Then he kept pushing it back in favor of just let's make it a quarter match, 200, 225, 250, 275, whatever.
Yep.
So yeah, making it a quarter match I think made it well worth the wait. Made sure that it was we had all the time in the world to Like, all the time in the world to edit, even though we may have missed swapping heads in terms of their personalities. No, I think this one, oh boy. This one was crazy. I'll tell you what. This one was insane.
Oh, definitely. But, does anyone have any final things they want to say about 275?
Oh yeah, I got one thing to say.
Yeah, sure thing.
I was confused for a bit. Like, there's this part where, like, Mothra fights a Skullcrawler, and it describes, like, Mothra, like, escaping from the Skullcrawler. Does that imply the Skullcrawler ate her?
Yes. So, like, Mothra
That's horrifying.
Yeah, Mothra was inside the Skullcrawler. Like, she was being dragged down the throat into the stomach, but she used her stinger to rip herself out from, like, the throat's chest area and escaped. So... Like, imagine, like, Mothra's whole body, but the only things that are sticking out are her wings.
That is horrifying.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't want to imagine that.
Yeah, dude, it's a bit brutal. But, again, the main point is that she used the stinger, impales him, then drags her out, because the Skullcrawler at that point just like, yeah, no. It's not a fan of the current of what happened.
Yeah, it's a darn shame that she didn't get into the stomach, because she probably would have seen something. A little tumor.
What?
It's not a tumor.
Yeah, Shin Godzilla's egg form, if you will, that was inside the stomach.
What?
Yeah, did you not read the epilogue part? Like, the part where Shin Godzilla, like, where the head of King Ghidorah sees Shin Godzilla?
I did, but I just got a bit lost.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot that's yeah, you definitely need to reread 211, because there's a lot that happens here that, you know, pays off here. Like...
I have a feeling that if I read this one and 211, like, back-to-back, it'll be a lot better.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you'll definitely get a lot more of the context of what's going on by reading 211, because there's a lot that's, yeah, there's a lot that kind of depends on reading 211 in order to understand what's going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, yeah, true.
So.
But overall, I think it's yeah, there's a little bit there, but I think the epilogue does put in, fill in the gaps a bit.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Funny enough, half these epilogues set on Shin Earth, with the exception of the Batra one, were inserted by me because I really wanted to, like there is a match I'm going to write that's a sequel to this, set in the Shin Earth universe. So there is going to be that, and I've always wanted to write one. But I also didn't want to break the pace of my match with a lot of setup. So it's like, I asked Rachel, it's like, hey, could I insert some of these sequences as epilogues for this match so I can, you know, continue on with my own match, like, you know, smoothly. And he was cool with it, so.
Oh, yeah.
So, which includes, like, you know, Shin Ghidorah, Shin Ghidorah. No, not Shin Ghidorah. King Ghidorah noticing Shin Godzilla.
Legendary Ghidorah.
Yeah, Legendary Ghidorah noticing Shin Godzilla. You know, the revival of the female Muto who was in 211. Yeah. I will have to say, there was one cut sequence that I was hoping would have been implemented, but given the way the story's paced, it makes sense why it was cut. But there was going to be a scene where the male Muto, like, upon revitalization, would have released one last, like, EMP pulse before leaving to the other world. Before leaving to, like, the main Earth dimension. And it was that pulse that would have acted as the catalyst for the female's revival.
Yeah, it was something we kind of forgot to go back and touch up.
Right.
But
like I said, the way this fight's paced, it makes sense why we don't see that sequence, because it just kind of would have been a little awkward. It's as far as pacing goes. So I could understand why it was, and plus I kind of forgot about it. I was like, oh yeah,
yeah.
Whoops. But yeah, figured. Yeah, I do plan on exploring more of that though in my own match. So I think you'll find it a lot of fun, pretty chaotic.
I like when Nick was like trying to say the real name of Muto, he kind of just cut off from puking. He's like, "Oh, it's Jinjumushi," but no, puke.
Oh,
Yep.
is that what he was trying to say, Jinjumushi?
No, he
No,
was
no,
like,
no. It was just
Muto,
his
his real name is.
and it gets cut off. Yeah, that was my side way of just like, yeah, we're just put them, because I wanted to incorporate Ramarok's name, but I didn't. But yeah.
Okay.
But okay. So with that out of the way, with 275 all done, we're gonna comment. Let's move now on to 276.
All right. Ho ho ho.
This is gonna be fun.
King Caesar versus Gigan. Written by Patrick Allen Green. Banner by Jackson Morris.
All right. So we'll go off from the top. Bacon. Bacon. What'd you think of it, or did you just say you didn't read it?
It was cool.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, unlike some people. No, Showa Gaigen was cool to see. Yeah, it was a nice little small match, and yeah, it was enjoyable. I don't really know what else to say.
All right. Gray Shot. What'd you think of it?
So, generally for this match, I quite enjoyed it. King Caesar versus Gigan, both of them their Showa counterparts, is a match I would have loved to seen in the movies. Like, if I could have seen, instead of him fighting Mechagodzilla, which was okay at best, but seeing like fight Gigan, I think would have been a way better melee battle, with like Gigan being close quarters and him being close quarters. With King Caesar, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the setup with the sacrifice of the priestess. I liked the battle that followed. I also liked the fact it was a draw, being like this ancient golem and this cybernetic, terror, like going, toe to toe, and neither one of them turning, overpowering the other. I liked how it kind of ended in this in the draw format. So the fight was brutal. It did have a bit of blood, but it didn't feel like over. It very much felt like the 70s, like in regards to the movies. So overall, I'd say this was a very good match. I don't think it does anything that shattering, which I'm not saying is a bad thing. I'm just saying I think it's very much a more normal KWC. It's still good. It's just it doesn't shatter any boxes, but for what it does everything very nicely. I consider it like Jumanji, like the new one. It's not anything that does anything new, but you're going to sit down and have a nice time with it. And that's what I would have to say with this match. The banner though is like a 9 out of 10. It looks fantastic. I love the red sun in the background and in the shade, and Jackson did a phenomenal job. And I don't know how much black magic he used on this, but he definitely used enough because it looks amazing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I
know in the match it's Noah Caesar, but like in the credits it says Caesar Millennium, so I got confused.
Yeah, it says Millennium at the way bottom there. So it's like, Gray Shot, could you get rid of that tiny bit there? Just say Guy.
Oh shoot!
Caesar?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, just do that real quick.
Yeah, I can do that right now.
Just do that right. Oh.
Yeah, he can do that right now because Gray Shot has the power to edit blog format pretty much at his own leisure. So it's like, yeah, you don't need to do anything with that. So it's like, oh, okay, cool. So like, yeah, you literally don't have anything to worry about anymore. Like, if you need something edited, you can go in and edit it.
Yeah, you could or you do what I did and just accidentally delete Gigan's image.
Oh, God.
That's okay. Let's try this. Let's look at this again. Preview changes. Okay, we're all good. There we go. See, guys, click on it again. Bam.
So King Caesar won the match?
King Caesar won. No, it was a draw.
It's still a draw. It's still a draw.
I know, but
yep.
Like referring to.
Oh yeah, Gigan got deleted.
Yeah, right. But yeah, no. All right, cool. that minor nitpick is out of the way. Even though I think
Nice.
that, like, I did read through this match, and I do have a comment below indicating that, but I do have to say, I think the match itself had more Millennium Gigan in mind, I think, but I don't think there was anything this did that made it like, it's, I could easily see Showa Gigan fill in the part, so it's like, okay, maybe I'm just reading too much into it, but it is really nice to have Showa Gigan in properly, finally, because he technically was in match 9, bizarrely enough, for some reason. But yeah, it is nice just to have Showa Gigan here fighting King Caesar, who's just basically either or. Then I do have to say, I like the setup for this. Like, the fighting is fine, and the fact that it ends in the draw I think is also I'm fine with, but the highlight to me is actually the initial setup. Like, I like the fact that Gigan excavates King Caesar from the boulder. The fact that King Caesar's still lifeless until Nami, offers her prayer and the song, and then she dies. So I really like that element of this match. I think that's kind of going to be the highlight for me, is the beginning sequence. Because I don't think we've had anything quite like, King Caesar was pulled from the rock, but he's not active or awake, so for Gigan, it's like, this isn't really much of a threat. Then he wakes up and he's like, crap. So, yeah, I think it has a really, it's a decent match with a really good setup. That's the way I see it. And yeah, beautiful, gorgeous.
At least until at least until the sequel, where I'll have to get Jackson Morse on again.
Right. But yeah, I love the banner for this. Golly, it is so it's nice and atmospheric. I love the fact that it's like, we're in the cave with King Caesar. You have Gigan there. You have the red sun like in the film. Golly, that looks gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Yeah, Jackson has a vat of black magic he uses for banners.
Yes.
And this is just evident of that of it.
Yes, he is able to pull things. He's just able to pull things right on out from underneath.
Yep.
But yeah, let's see. Nagoda said he'll be muted from here on because he's going to the store, but he did quickly say that Nami died and it was a nice Showa Kaiju match. And yeah, that's what it basically was. It's kind of like a what-if scenario in the Showa series. It's like, what if Gigan had unearthed King Caesar and then friggin', and then he had to fight him. It's like, that's a cool matchup too, because like Grey Shot said, Mechagodzilla kind of had it in the bag because Mechagodzilla was inherently more projectile oriented. Like, he was very much he used ranged weapons combined with nice physical. He was just OP to King Caesar, but King Caesar himself is actually pretty strong. So
it's basically like, hey guys, listen, we have a rampant Charizard going to destroy us all. Don't worry, guys, I have a Steelix. Or I have a Venusaur. Don't worry, he's got it.
Oh, right.
I believe in him. It's like, you sure? He seems a little bit off type to be fighting that. And he's like, nope, no, don't worry. And then just immediately gets throttled.
Yeah, pretty.
Whereas Gigan
Charizard can do it.
Listen, I know the Venusaur version of Charizard. It's like,
Venusaur can do it. Yeah.
Yeah, use sleep powder and just pray. But this one feels much more in line with very much more in line of okay, both are close quarters, both are melee focused. Let's see what they can do.
Right. Yeah, like Gigan isn't overtly projectile oriented. Sure, I think he uses the laser here, but it's not crazy. It's not like missiles or eye beams or chest beams or whatever. But all right, real quick though, Date, before we get on to your opinion and thoughts on the match, I'd like to I'd like to hear out what Birdman has to say. So because he wants to two quick things he wants to discuss real quick. So go ahead, man. Oh, okay, it can wait. Okay, Nate, give your opinion.
I cannot wait.
So Fight Godzilla vs. Orochi, it was short and simple, but I am very happy to see Showa Gigan in the KWC final. I've been looking forward to seeing this Gigan in particular for a while, and it pays light for my other mats which is still a secret.
Right. So yeah, nice. I hope to get some Showa Gaiga matches in myself. Really do.
Well, look forward to my mats.
Yay!
That sounds so
Run
forced.
while you still can.
Run. It's gonna be bad.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh. All right.
But I don't have a lot to say about this mats. Short and sweet.
Also, I think with this match ending in a draw, doesn't that give King Caesar the most draws of any monster?
I'm gonna check it right now, actually.
I
think he does.
It might be tied.
I think because he used to be tied.
Ironically.
Yeah, King Caesar used to be tied with a bunch of other monsters.
Oh no, yeah, 4 ties. No, yeah, he takes it.
Damn.
So you're gonna have
let me check.
Congrats, King
Let me check the
Caesar.
stats. Let me just check the stats to be sure. Because the stats are updated all the way through 272.
like or somewhere there. Yeah.
No, most ties Godzilla Hesai with 4 ties.
Oh, okay. So he'd be tied with him. Oh yeah.
Yep.
So it's a draw.
Well, yeah. It's a hey, yeah, you're right. That's right. Okay, yeah. So Geigen's
Thank
just
you.
now with
Boo!
No, don't boo him. He's great.
He's not only great, he's right.
And that's why he's great.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's see. Birdman. Okay, now we'll discuss. Well, you to go over you, Birdman, or we want to go over Joe? Okay, it was simple. All right. We'll go to Birdman first, and then we'll go to Joe, and then we'll go over the 2 KWCEs that came out. Hooray!
Is he saying anything?
Hang on, he's right. Okay. Yeah, he said it was simple, bit short, but carried enough action to keep the reader's attention, which I think is fair.
Ah.
So yeah, there is enough action, satisfying action. Like I said, the part that kind of grabbed my attention more was the setup. I really enjoyed that. I think I kind of enjoyed that part more than the action. Not to say that the action was bad; it was absolutely serviceable. But I think the setup was just a little bit more interesting to my mind because I don't think there's, like I said, I don't think we've quite had anything like that before. So, all right. Yeah, it looks like that's all Birdman had to say. It looks like. He said there were 2.
That's all he had to say about that.
All I had to say about that. But no, it's 2 quick things, but whatever. Joe, what'd you think of 276?
Well, Kaiju X.
You didn't read it.
I didn't read it.
Gosh darn it!
Called it.
Hell, what'd you think of 275? I didn't read it. Involved with match, didn't read it.
What'd you think of 270? I didn't read it.
Yeah, right. Alright, so I think this probably officially concludes the KWC portion of the thing.
Yep. Only after an hour and a half that we.
Oh yeah, I mean, to be fair, 275 had a lot to get through, so you know what? Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So, like that's it. Let's hop on over. Like I imagine this one's probably going to be real quick, either because A, nobody read it, or B, it's probably going to be pretty simple and brisk and to the point.
Wait, is this Yongri versus Anguirus?
Yes.
I love that one.
I might actually read this. I honestly didn't even know it. I will probably take a look because I like Young
Hey.
Gary.
I have a
Read it now.
quick question about the
It's a good match.
KWCE.
Go ahead.
Quick question. Can I use any area from anything as a arena? or is like limits?
I mean, for the most part, it's pretty much anything goes for the most part.
Okay, thank you. Since I had an idea with a town with a town from a game.
Yeah, usually I prefer to keep it to, like, for the most part, like, any area will do, so long as it's associated with the characters we have in the roster, if that makes sense.
Oh,
We have Resident Evil stuff in the roster. We have Resident Evil stuff.
Actually, I don't think we do, so, never mind, I'm full of nonsense. Yeah.
Trump card.
I mean, it's pretty much like anything goes, really. So.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So, yeah, you just let me know the location, and I'll just get the picture of it, make the card for it, or whatever. So, you good.
Okay.
Let's begin with, like I have made mention of, there were going to be 2 matches for the rest of the year. However, due to a change in plans, which I'll go into with match 50 at the KWCE, that changed up a little bit. I originally was going to release one, in October and in December, but Harley kind of had plans, and it was like, oh, okay, I didn't have anything set for October specifically outside of this match, which just kind of fit the spooky theme, so it was like, okay, we'll just go with that then. So first we'll cover match 49, which is Angir's General Show-Up versus Young Gary, the 67 version, set in Raccoon City.
The good one.
Mm-hmm. Right, the good one, absolutely. We have the bad one on here too, but we don't talk about him. Set in Raccoon.
He's the redheaded stepchild.
Yeah, the redheaded stepchild of a monster.
That's a Young Gary. That's reptilian.
Anyway, but set in Raccoon City, written by Venom 2009. We'll start from the top and see who's read it. Bacon, what'd you think of Angiers versus Young Gary?
Pretty enjoyable. Fight was pretty entertaining. I liked how the environment was used. I liked that the monsters of Umbrella Corporation kept trying to intervene, but they didn't do anything besides get killed. I thought it was a very enjoyable match. I like the ending. I won't say what it is because Grayshot hasn't read it.
Hi. No, you can spoil it. I don't mind.
Oh, Zombie Young Gary.
Oh.
Zombie Gary.
Zombie Gary.
Yeah, no, Zombie Young Gary. That's a pretty cool idea. Zombie Kaiju.
It's pretty metal.
That sounds like a cover to a metal album.
Zombie Young Gary.
Zombie Kaiju.
But yeah, I thought it was a very enjoyable match, and yeah.
All right, cool. Grayshot, I assume you are reading it in the moment.
I am glancing over it right now, and I am intrigued.
Right. Okay, I'll get back to you later. I'll skip over to Nagoda. Nagoda, what'd you think of match 49 at the KWCE? I'm trying to see if he wrote a comment here. No, he didn't. Nagoda. Okay, no, I think he's still out shopping. Nate, what'd you think of match 49?
No Goda.
I'll be honest here, this match got uploaded just as I finished playing Resident Evil 2.
Nice.
And I gotta say...
So it was the mood. It was the right mood.
It was the mood that was set, and honestly, this match was a lot of fun to read. I loved how the environment interacted with these monsters. Hold up.
Uh-oh. We have oh, okay.
Wait.
And he's gone, never to be seen from again.
Back.
He was sent to the Doom Dimension.
Sent to the Shadow
But yeah,
Realm.
I just think that this match was pretty good. Very solid, and I loved the little cliffhanger with Zombie Gary.
Is that what we're calling him now?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to draw
I need
him.
to draw that.
This is actually probably my favorite KWCE yet.
I guess you haven't read Match 50 then. But no.
Oh, Match 50? Look, I loved it. I actually want right now for when we get started, but it wasn't as good as this.
I see. Fair enough. To each their own then.
I need to still read it.
Right. All right, but yeah, yeah. All right, Birdman. Did you read Match 49 at all? And if so, what are your thoughts on it? If not, then we can just skip over. Call it good.
He seems very intrigued. Ah, yes. The typing.
Damn.
Wait. Is it gonna say haven't read it?
I know you said you didn't enjoy it.
No, yeah, Birdman said
Dakota,
he did read it, but
no.
he didn't enjoy it, and then Dakota just hadn't
Why-
read it. So
Well, I
Blasphemy, how dare.
didn't read it, but I
Picture.
didn't enjoy it. Venom's grammar tends to throw me out of his work.
yeah, I did try to touch it up some because I did do touching up, but I must have missed out on a couple things. I thought I got. Because, there was a lot of, grammar issues I noticed, but, I think it's just a...
Grammar is fake.
Grammar, yeah, right. No, but yeah, I figured, I thought I caught them all, but I guess not. This was a bit of an... I'm getting better at this, alright? Don't judge me. But yeah, no, that is understandable. The grammar is a little on the weak side with this one. I do remember having to edit it a nice bit. I do remember having to do that with this one. So I'm glad y'all can oversee it. But yeah, it was me personally. It's oh, I should have done better.
Nah.
I failed.
For
But,
what I'm seeing right now, it's pretty. Again, it's not I would say in regards to writing, probably the best writers include you, the gentleman that did. I'm blanking on his name. The Godzilla versus Megalon.
Jack Jordan.
Jack Jordan. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jack Jordan's fantastic. He is.
Yes. But those are probably top tier. And Birdman's up there, and then there are others that again, the writing for myself, my writing isn't spectacular, but it works, and I would say that's kind of like Venom in very much the sense in regards to you get the details, you get the awesome, and he has good storylines. That's all you need.
But yeah, no, we'd still have to keep an eye out for the grammar stuff and whatnot. So it's just keep an eye out for that. Make sure it's done well. Yada yada yada. So, who the heck joined? Oh, Harley! Wow.
Oh, wow. Finally
Wow.
We're
Wow.
we're almost done, but I wanted to pop in now that I have free time and say hi.
okay. Joe, what'd you think of Match
Hold
49? Real quick.
Well, Kaiju.
You didn't read it?
I didn't read it.
Okay, at least it makes it easy.
I read it.
All right, yeah, okay. Give your thoughts, Harley, now that you're here.
I really liked it. I don't think that Venom pushed the whole zombie premise. He really could have gone all out with this. I feel like that was just kind of a side thing, which just didn't really seem to gel together that well. But I did like it because I should know I had to read it and edit it.
Yeah, both Harley and I edited, and apparently, according to Birdman, we missed on a couple parts. So I don't know.
I'm not professionals like he is.
Birdman is a stickler. Don't listen to him.
This is why I'm only editor for
his pinky out.
This is why I'm only editor for this subsection of the forum. I'm not editor for the main forum for a reason.
But yeah, no, all right. Yeah, I could definitely see how the zombie, like, I think the zombie angle is just kind of more of a sprinkle than the main meat of it. It's like, it's fun, it's fine, but, you know, it's not really the focus, it's more the monsters, so, but at the same time, when you have a setting like Raccoon City where there's zombies about, it's like, could have been upped up, but, you know, if the ending's of any indication, it's like, who knows, maybe we'll get some kind of weird sequel to this, who knows for sure.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I do like the idea, like all the weird creatures and such that basically keep interrupting them. It almost feels like you guys ever play Civilization when you're like going to war with someone, then a bunch of barbarians just attack you, and you're just like, "Well, this was poorly timed." It's kind of like that. So we just this weird third party, yeah.
So,
yeah. Or, but no, yeah. So far, enjoying this. I like the characters. Very interesting, Venom. Very interesting.
all right. Well, I guess you just gave your thoughts, Gray Shot, didn't you?
Yes. But actually, I was going to say, Harley, before we go on, very quickly, very quickly, do you have any comments you want to say about your match, Godzilla vs. Orochi, or any of the others?
I honestly, I wrote it like, 2-3 years ago now? I'm so embarrassed. I'm so ashamed.
I think it was like 2017 I got Godzilla vs. Orochi, so yeah, this was...
It was like 2 years ago I wrote it, and I've obviously improved, and if I could, I'd redo it.
Oh, right. Oh, totally.
So I just feel really embarrassed about it now.
Oh,
Like, oh no, I actually did that shit.
Nah, believe me, I feel the same with a lot of my older matches. Like, wait, I wrote that? Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Because it was written in a time when, 2 years ago, the idea of Godzilla losing was really, really big.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But obviously, that's less now.
A lot less. At least Heisei Godzilla losing is no longer a big highlight. But hey, you at least were in match. At least you wrote matches where he did lose, so it's like, all right. But yeah, figured. Yeah.
Still, I thought it was pretty good. I did give it a little bit of touch-ups there, but yeah, overall, I'd still say pretty good. I'd still say good. Also, yes, Godzilla lost. And no one lost their minds. We've done it. We've done it as the KWC, everyone. We've come a long way.
So, let's see. Harley, what'd you think of, well, now that we got over 274 real quick, Harley, what'd you think of 275, just real quick?
I didn't read it. I didn't finish reading it yet.
Yes, that's supposed to be Joe's line.
You didn't do what Nagoda did and...
It's the length of a small novel. You guys can heck off.
No, that's fair. That's fair. It is a long one. Oh man, yeah, almost 40,000 words. Like, yeah, that is the length of a.
That I checked. That's like the length of a really small novel. Congratulations, Gray Shot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I am tempted because I am tempted to in the future. It's like, well, if I done this, how? Oh gosh.
Oh man. Holy crap.
Wait, did you just say how hard it would be to write a book?
Yeah, that's just easy, right, guys? Psh.
Yeah, I know.
No, it's not. Trust me.
Oh no, I get it. I have full plans on writing books in the future, so you know, that'll be fun. These are say KWC's been a great way of flexing those muscles. Great way of doing that. All right.
No arguments there.
All right, since Harley didn't since Harley didn't wrap up 275, I'd much rather let her finish the rest of it in peace or enjoy it for what it is or not, depending on the circumstances. So, what do you think of 276 real quick? Did you get
it was okay. I think the banner kind of... I think the banner is better than the match. Like, it sort of set an expectation for a match that didn't quite deliver. It kind of feels like something was lacking in there. It's a fine match, but it just kind of feels like it's missing something.
So, yeah, I had made the acknowledgement that I kind of like the setup more than the actual match itself. Like, you know, King Caesar's body being excavated from his tomb and whatnot. I was like, okay, that's cool. That's cool.
And I thought it was... I did like that Caesar's cowboy boy just falls over.
Right.
Like,
yeah, totally. So
sounds good.
But yeah, the freaking...
Oversleeping as always.
On the docket.
All right, but yeah.
But no, otherwise awesome in regards to like the stats. But here, let's go move on to the next KWC.
Yeah, the next KWCE, which will be the final one for the night. Now that we have Harley all caught up, and Harley, you came in at the perfect
10 out of 10. Best match ever.
perfect time. Nate's gonna have to argue with you on that one, but anyway,
Match 50?
yes, match 50.
Yes. A Audrey 2 match, which is always fun. I love how people love, like Audrey 2. Like, they don't try to make her like a monster or anything. They actually stay very, very truthful to what she is, which is a smart talking alien.
Giant cinnamon plant.
A mean green mother from outer space, if you will.
And she's back.
I loved how they wrote the Ghostbusters too, and how they did not take the whole let's let all the ghost out thing lightly, since it's in character, and I think that's real important for matches like this. And I was very happy to see Stay Puft get a win, since I was afraid he'll be like a Zoe character like he usually is. But overall, this is a good match for the KWC.
So, but to properly establish that, we were going over match 50, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man versus Audrey 2. Now you can give your opinion, Nate. Oh wait, you just did.
Wait,
Jump
no.
So.
You called my name, didn't you?
Well, I did. I said Nate would beg to differ because I know you said to me not that long ago, before Harley came on, that you liked 49 more than 50. By a little.
I did.
There you
Wait, I'm confused now.
Wait
a minute.
Because I thought we transitioned to match 50.
We just
To
did.
my face.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah. So, I mean, you were the first one to go. I don't mind the fact that you were the first one to go.
I was at a starting line and ready to bolt off.
Yeah, you already did. You bolted off before I said go.
Yeah. And now I'm like right down the street, falling on myself. I'm like rolling down the street.
Get hit by a truck.
throw across the city. Hit by a golf ball. Not my day.
Apparently not. But yeah, okay, yeah. Nate gave his thoughts. Bacon, what'd you think of match 50? What are your thoughts on it?
To quote Joe, I haven't read it.
Gosh darn it! What is this?
Read
I'm not the only one.
KWCE.
I read the beginning, but then I had class, so I stopped, and then I forgot to go back.
Bob.
But it's the last KWCE for the year. Anyway.
I'll read it just later.
Right. Yeah, you can just you can just comment on here what you thought of it or whatever. I don't know.
Added it in.
Or even comment on the main page and give your thoughts there. That would actually be more appropriate. So keep the post alive. Anyway.
Keep it alive, Mason.
To quote Dr. Frankenstein, it lives!
It's alive! Anyway.
It's alive!
And Nagoda.
Yeah, Nagoda hasn't read this one either.
Who has read this match now?
That's a great question. Greyshot, did you read this match? Audrey 2 versus Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Did you read it?
Oh, I did not.
Odd.
Alright, I know Harley obviously read it because she wrote it.
How about you, Kaiju X? Did you read it?
Oh no, it's not like I had to go through and make sure to
I was gonna say, please don't actually say no. I'm gonna be so sad.
No. This is.
I've nearly said that before. I've nearly done that. Been like, oh yeah, I didn't read it, and then just like, wait, what? You're the head of the KWC.
As a person who hasn't really seen, like, I know of Ghostbusters. I know of Little Shop of Horrors. I think.
Wait, hold on. Okay, guys, we need to have an intervention. You've never seen these movies?
Okay. I never seen both.
You've never seen Ghostbusters?
To its completion, no.
How dare you?
I've always seen like more of the final act stuff, or at least from the midway point, because I always catch it on TV.
Okay, we need to strap him to a chair and watch him. Make him watch it. Make him.
I will fly to California and make you watch it.
I don't live in California.
Well, it's a good thing he doesn't live in
Oh,
California.
I thought you were the one in California.
No, that's
Alex.
Alex.
Why are you
That's
flying me?
Anthony.
Yeah.
California? Don't come to me. I watched it.
Good.
We're seeing the play.
There's a Ghostbusters play?
Oh, there's a Little Shop of Horrors play though. It's really fun.
I was like so excited. I was
There's
like, I
King
want to see
Kong
that.
the musical.
Yep. Well,
I want to see Ghostbusters the musical.
But yeah. Anyway.
I'm going to go see Clue the
No,
musical.
we're going off
in
track.
March.
Hold
Kaiju.
on a second. Hold on a second.
musical?
Before we get into other musicals that everyone's apparently excited for now suddenly, no. I wanted to say, as a person who hasn't seen Ghostbusters to its completion, but I've listened to a lot of videos on it, so I'm well aware. And Little Shop of Horrors is very much the same.
Poser.
So it's like, no. From a more outsider view who's not super familiar with the characters, I think this does a great job at representing those characters. Like, I feel their essence in this match. I feel like I'm watching them duke it out in this match. And it's like, yeah, I really enjoyed this match. This was really fun. There was a lot of care put into both Audrey 2, but there was a lot of creativity with Stay Puft Marshmallow Man that I think is utilized really well.
I honestly wasn't sure if I could get away with having. I wasn't sure how mutilated I could make Mr. Stay Puft and have it still be the fact he's still standing basically at the end of the match.
Well, he's a giant marshmallow man.
That's what I was thinking.
I mean,
Like,
I don't think he would have really like a brain or neural system or whatever. He's a
Exactly.
giant
He
marshmallow.
doesn't really need all that stuff.
He's a supernatural entity, basically. But no, This I think this does a great job at really organically merging both worlds together. Like, I could totally see these two coexisting in a like these two make for a very natural crossover that I didn't think would, but it does. So, plus, I'm pretty sure Rick Moranis was in both movies anyway. So,
Oh, yeah, he was in both.
yeah,
He was actually.
so it's like, yeah, that helps too.
Well, if you want a good Ghostbusters, go with the video game. Just saying.
Honestly,
But
part of
why
the reason
not
why I
the
wrote this was...
reboot?
Shut up. Be quiet.
But no, what were you gonna say, Harley?
I think the reason why I even wrote this match was purely so I could have Audrey 2 sing the Ghostbusters theme.
Thank you.
I gotta have this in. I have to.
Alright.
It's Audrey 2. It sings. I think the last Audrey 2 match didn't really have that a part in it. Like, it's Pumpkin Rapper. Like, they didn't really sing.
Right.
So I'm like, I gotta have a full blown musical number.
We
Half
need
the
a
match.
musical match.
Oh man.
Half the match is literally just Audrey 2 singing the Ghostbusters theme, and the other half is the fight.
But yeah, no, this was a really enjoyable match. Really felt the spirit and the love that was put into it. Just had to make some minor tweaking here and there that I kind of picked up on, but otherwise, yeah, this was a really enjoyable match. Who knows? Maybe I don't need to be strapped down to a chair when I could watch both movies of my own volition. Because they seem like they're really fun characters to write, especially Audrey.
Nope, we're clockwork oranging you. We're gonna strap you down, force your eyes open. You're watching the movie.
Oh, I've seen Clockwork.
You're watching it tonight.
But no.
Quick, what state does he live in? I'll buy plane tickets and I'll travel there.
I'll never tell you.
Get him.
It's not like you could just go on the Toho Kingdom site staff section and find my state.
It's
there.
Idaho. Go to Idaho.
Yes, it's Idaho.
Who's a hoe?
Your
I don't
mama?
know.
No.
Yeah.
I think we should have a moment of silence for the fact that he lives in Idaho.
Yes. A moment of silence for me.
It's not very silent when you're talking.
Because it's a joke. Anyway.
Great shot. Mute everyone. Mute the power.
But
I don't have that power.
Okay, let's go down. Birdman, what'd you think of match 50? Real quick. Fun.
F is for friends who do stuff together.
U is for you and me.
And
it's ready we're anytime we're all down here in the KWC.
Oh, that worked so well.
that was no survivors.
Deep blasted. Oh snap! Wait,
What?
my version was better. Wait, what?
What do you mean my version was better? I didn't get anything from you.
Wait,
I bet he didn't have the Ghostbusters theme.
Yeah, you didn't have Dodger Tooth in the Ghostbusters theme.
okay, boomer.
Okay, boomer. Okay, boomer.
Gosh darn it. Down here in the KWC. That works so well. Oh my gosh.
That's so good.
That's our theme song now.
Fund.
It'll play in front of every KWCC from now on.
Oh great. Now I got
I'll
to try
sing
to
it.
orchestrate all that too. But no, let's see. I don't know what version he's referring to, though. Actually, now I could probably check out how many Baragon matches I have for March of Baragon.
How many Paragon matches?
But no, that's right. I forgot about that. F is for freedom.
F is for freedom, that doesn't exist here. U is for your
Garbage.
And it's for no
ultimate monsters. Don't get
Hell
out
yeah,
of
Applebee's.
Applebee's. Gosh, Jordan.
So I can confirm we are slowly losing our minds. Can confirm.
Okay, yeah, you can't confirm that, but no,
They're both good.
oh man, yeah, we're losing our minds over here. No, let's see.
Is it time for a word from our sponsors?
Lack of GVJ has that effect. Oh my gosh, you're totally right. Lack of Alex has the effect of us going nuts. Alex was secretly the one that kept us bound together, because at least he took on all the crazy.
He was.
F is a friend, so that gear stays stuck in.
U is for
U
you,
is
ding
for you,
dong.
ding dong.
There's no one allowed. She's grease down here in the KWC.
Gosh darn it, everyone's having their own version of the freaking fun song. No, anyway, let's get back on track here.
Everyone is losing their minds, yes.
Joe, I think you're the last one. Well, last one besides Harley. Who, like, did you read Match 50 at all, or did you not read it?
What do you think?
Okay, fair enough.
I didn't read it.
Okay, all right. Harley, what kind of insight can you give to Match 50? Well, what other insight can you give to Match 50 besides the fact that you wrote this just because you wanted to have Audrey 2 sing?
Well, I did write it in the span of like one afternoon.
Damn.
I was in the history class. I'm like, you know what? I'll just write this.
Right now, I'm procrastinating on my match. I'm procrastinating.
Oh no, that gets the better of us, man.
But other than that, I did want to have it out for Halloween, so I was hoping that it would get there because I really like the idea of, you know, Ghostbusters, Halloween, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I figured it would be a fun spooky match. Wiggly fingers to get to apparently have the season finale, I guess. Okay.
Because it's getting
Oh,
worse.
no. Oh, I dropped.
Almost the same.
I dropped something. I'm a sham.
Now I remember. Oh yeah, that's right. That's what I wanted to say. I remembered because I originally had planned that match 49 was going to be the Halloween match, and that match 50 was going to be something else. But then Harley came up to me and says, like, "Hey, did you have anything planned for Halloween?" I was like, "Not particularly," because I always had planned to release number 49 just in October, not necessarily around Halloween. So,
it happens to be match 49 just happens to be kind of spooky. The whole point wasn't to be a Halloween match.
Right. Yeah, it was just spooky theme. That was it. But no. So I decided. But for the case of, oh my gosh, I still have that as October 19th. What did I do wrong? Oh, why did it take me this long to notice that? Oh.
So yeah, I messaged KWX like, hey, do you have anything like specific planned for Halloween? Because I'm already working on this, and I can get it done by Halloween, like before Halloween, if you need me to.
Yeah,
he's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, if she could get it done, then it was like cool. If she couldn't, then I would just go to my Plan B match, whichever one that was.
Then like a day later, I'm like, there you go.
Oh, I was like, oh, okay. So.
Oh, wow, that was fast.
Was that an elephant I heard?
No, that was my chair.
No, you're sitting on an elf.
The other thing I wanted to make notice to was the fact that I decided to post this on October 30th instead of the 31st because it's Halloween Eve.
Knew something was coming.
Yeah, it was to make way for 275. It was to make sure that there was
Halloween.
So, you got Halloween Eve, which is fine. I mean, you got, the night before Halloween. Ooh. So, it's kind of like something to get people to read rather than bombarding them with 2 matches in one day, if that makes sense. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Another thing I wanted to do was to have a really fun match, but it's still like, it's not like a full blown like comedy.
Uh-huh.
Like it's not just a giant farce of Mr. Stay Puft falling over himself. Like it's still an actual match, but I want it to be fun.
Right. Yeah, it was a fun match because a lot of the comedy came more from the dialogue than it did. Like the actions took itself seriously, but it was the dialogue that kept things spicy.
It's Audrey 2. Audrey 2 is not going to take anything. Audrey 2 is not the type to take a lot of things seriously till it's actually starting to get really bad for them.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Just wanted to Audrey. And it's the Ghostbusters. Having Ray just be like, do you really want to unleash the big guy?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. So. That was
Ray actions like, Ray, they're singing. Sorry? Singing. Please
What
stop
did I miss? I'm just looking in the chat and there's just a bunch of
the fun song. Yeah. We had far too much fun with that. No pun intended.
Apparently
pun intended.
Old Grandpa Ray is in the Ghostbuster. Who?
Yes.
Yes.
But yeah, no. Ray and Ray. Yep. That doesn't help at all. But
those are the Ghostbusters, right?
Oh. Ray and Ray.
Yeah.
But no. What were you saying? Wait, who was speaking? Oh gosh, I'm losing it.
You said that like you weren't already losing it.
Kaiju X, take your medicine. Your dementia's coming back.
It is.
Oh shit! Oh
fuck. Pokemon which don't belong. You is for your favorite, isn't it? And is for no more anime down here in the KWC. Oh gosh.
I love how
almost the same.
I like that we are saying every single one. We just singing sucks.
Everyone's singing sucks around here, man.
Can't confirm.
But Bird. Okay, I think with all that said, I think that covers all our bases as far as KWCs and KWCE goes. That would be the worst musical of all time. The KWCC the musical.
What are you talking about?
Nah, it would be epic. What do you mean?
Ironically epic. Anyway, Birdman.
No, it would be a masterpiece.
It should be a play for the KWCC. It's just Grayshot killing every Pokemon in existence.
What? Why would I do that? Why?
No. Grayshot gets the villain number where he's like, I know my father.
To be fair, if Grayshot got the villain role, he would at least have the best musical pieces of the entire show.
Yes. Yes, clearly, yes.
But no, Yeah, I think that covers all our...
What a boomer. Kaiju X.
What?
Shut up, boomer.
Dig Flash.
Boomer.
Yo,
Yeah.
boomer.
Okay, boomer.
Boomer.
Dig Flash. No, I was gonna say...
No, don't let him speak.
Don't block him.
Gosh darn it, you guys. No, Birdman wanted to go over a couple things real quick. What you want to go over, man, before I become more of a boomer than I already am?
Okay, boomer.
Grayshot's a boomer, right?
All right. So he says he'll get the important one out of the way.
Okay.
Godzilla
Okay,
Heisei
boomer.
is being retired.
Well, here, guys, is there anything else we are going to be discussing for the podcast? I think we're at the 2-hour.
One, we're at the 2-hour mark, and two, I think after whatever Birdman says, I think that'll conclude the podcast. So.
Okay.
Oh man, it felt fast today.
So yeah, today was actually really fast because friggin' we had 5 matches to
Confirm
go
that
over, and
can-
one of them was
Confirm
mega
that
huge.
GBJ slowed things down.
It's because we were having fun.
Yes, you know what?
Oh.
You are right.
We had 4 matches and a novel, you mean?
Yeah, 4 matches and a novel. You're totally right.
Novel. Grayshot.
They're boomers.
Yeah, they're boomers.
Hey, I'm important question.
Ghost boomers.
Ghost boomers.
Gosh darn it.
There's something strange.
There's
in
some
the
kids
neighborhood.
in your neighborhood. Who you gonna
Boomer
call?
call.
Ghost
Boom
boomers.
Boomers.
Oh gosh.
Wait.
Okay.
Oh, Colin,
There's
I've
some
heard
technology that don't look good. Who you gonna call?
Ghost boomers.
Oh, fuck.
I ain't afraid of no phone.
All right. So, Birdman.
Uh-oh, guys.
Hold on.
rumors.
Okay,
There's
everyone.
rumors.
Hold on a second. So, Birdman has said that he's heard rumors, albeit unsubstantiated rumors nonetheless. So take what he's going to say next with a grain of salt. But if it's possible, we'll see what we can do. So let's at least treat
I'm on the
this.
edge of my
Let's treat
seat.
this more as a hypothetical situation than something that can actually happen. That's.
I fucking swear if it's an
You
ultimate
get
thing.
Pro- is comes to
Rickrolled or
KWC.
something.
But no, I'm curious.
We're gonna get the loopiest hole ever.
So.
Drum roll, please.
But yeah, no.
That sounds wrong.
Oh my.
How scandalous.
Yeah, I am curious. I just looked at the meme section. It's like, Nogota, I'm gonna write the longest match. Grayshot, are you challenging me? That's great.
Time to be immortal.
I mean, it wouldn't be a challenge, but I mean, sure.
Me and Unicorn are writing the best match right now. Us two are.
All right.
That is factual.
All right, cool. I am looking forward to what you two produce.
I hope
At
it has
least.
Bear Gun fucking dying.
Yeah, that's next part.
Okay.
Oh.
Subaru, okay,
Oh.
here's what he has to say. Subaru wants to take advantage of their distribution deal with Toho to put up one of their more traditional works alongside Shin Ultraman in theaters in 2021. So I guess
That can mean anything.
Stick blast.
Wait, if this is true, new Ultra representation.
Right.
Oh boy.
Makes it true, but I think it also depends on who. I think
What it is.
who's available. I think is really going to depend. I think if it's Alien Bolton or Zeton, they have a real shot because they are some of the
Before
I think Alien Bolton, Zeton, and Ultraman Belial, I think are the 3 that have the best shot at getting in a KWC.
What about
Gomorrah,
Allocating?
part
Because
2.
I know Grayshot was kind of keen on not adding more, but if there were more to add, I think it would be those 3. But I think, once again, it really does, yes, it really does depend on what like, yeah, that's right. Yeah, because Shin Ultraman. It really depends on what Shin Ultraman does and what Subaraya does with their distribution deal with Toho. That can really, maybe open up the room for maybe some of the more popular guys in the Ultra franchise. But high chance that'll be concept from their recent works. Which, I mean, that's still possible, but Zeton be Zeton, yo. If it's still that Zeton, then I'm good.
We just really want Zeton.
Everyone wants Zeton, except for Alex.
Zeton.
I'll just speak on his behalf.
I want
but yeah, no.
high rank.
Yeah, that.
Oh, I hope no, Belial.
That is a very interesting question, because if that does turn out to be true, it's like that could give us room to play with in terms of combatants. But I don't want to hop on board and say, oh, we'll just throw in whatever's in there. It's like, no, there are probably going to be a very select few, even if it's like Ella King or something. Like, even if he's in this whatever this distribution deal is that allows him to be eligible. It's like, just because he's in there doesn't guarantee he'll be added. I think I would much rather focus on, like I said, Belial, Zeton, or Alien Bolton. Those are the three I would probably push for the most.
What about Ella King?
I think Ella King.
Right, Ella King's pretty.
So get in.
He be the
Fuck Ella King.
Ella King's in 4th place. If that makes it all right for you guys.
He doesn't get a medal, because medals only get through 1 through 3rd. There's no 4th place medal for some reason.
Ella King's great.
No, yeah.
Love my.
Yeah, Ella King's
long-sold thing.
Ella King's solid. I think he's got some interesting stuff going on. It also makes for a decent King Ella. Makes for a decent Goliath replacement as far as an electricity wielder goes.
Oh yeah, I
Gotta
forgot.
replace Goliath.
Retired. I forgot.
So I think I wouldn't be opposed to.
How was Goliath even added to begin with?
Because
we're desperate.
No, because Christian wrote a match with them, and he got in.
Oh.
He also had a surprise. You know what? All things considered, Goliath, for being the obscure monster as he was, had a surprising lifespan. More so than Daigoro, that much we can say.
Daigoro was basically Minya.
Basically.
Without the connection to Godzilla.
Yeah, yeah, whereas Goliath, he has like 7 matches, and for being a monster that's part of a super obscure property, even if most of them were losses, that's not bad. So, granted, he didn't have any matches after. Granted, he didn't have any matches after 100 up until 170, so we may have had a hand in that.
Wink, nudge, nudge.
But yeah,
wait, what?
That is it. Like, Ultraman. Yeah, if this whole deal does play out in the way that you're suggesting, like, okay, not only will we get Shin Ultraman, which is probably going to be distributed by Toho, knowing our luck, because Toho's just been distributing a lot of Hideaki Anno stuff recently, so I wouldn't be surprised if Shin Ultraman becomes a viable option. But if they wind up having
Anno and Toho made a deal, so it's like whatever Anno puts out, I'm pretty sure Toho has first dibs on distributing it.
Right, yeah, exactly.
They made a deal.
Right, after Shin Godzilla, like, after how successful Shin Godzilla was, it was like, yeah, I'm not surprised that Toho wants to pretty much distribute all of their stuff, but yeah. But yeah, we'll just have to see, because that is an interesting what-if scenario that I think we're just going to have to let blossom out. If it has any truth to it to begin with, which I wouldn't be surprised if that's the way they go. So we will see how that plays out, because I am interested. I am very interested to see what comes of this.
2 more years.
Pretty much. It is not that, you know what, not even 2 more years, like 1 more year-ish.
1.5.
Not even 1, more like 1 3/4.
1 1/4.
1 1/4, yeah, 1 1/4.
1 and a nickel.
1 and a penny.
No,
if Shin Ultraman gets
like distributed by Toho and it gets into KWC, Shin Ultraman versus Shin Godzilla.
Oh yeah, I know, right? No, well,
that's a guarantee.
We'll see. We will see because I want.
Let's have Shin Ultraman versus Ultraman.
I know, right? No, yeah, that's going to be a very interesting match. Shin Ultraman's a very interesting case because of everything that's surrounding it. But I am just interested in general to see where, because I wouldn't mind adding Shin Ultraman if he truly does have much more of a unique spot compared to the original Ultraman or Ultra 7. Like, what set of powers does he have that belong to him? How does he behave compared to them and all that fun stuff. So it's like, yeah, we'll see where this goes. I am genuinely curious to see the case with Shin Ultraman and what entails from that. But with that said, I think Great Shot and I are still going to be pretty strict with the amount of Ultraman stuff that still gets in anyway. So even if it becomes viable, don't hold your breath.
Exactly.
And one more question.
Oh, well.
Okay, so Toho distributed a new Studio Trigger film, okay?
You
know what?
The answer is no. I already know where this is going.
Yes,
the
it's
answer
guaranteed.
is no.
Guaranteed answer no. I was wondering if I can use the characters in the KWC.
No.
There.
It is for no fun. That's all.
No. It's more like it's for no anime.
Good.
Silence, weeb.
Yeah,
Silence.
I would probably recommend asking on another day because this has been a pretty fun but long night. So our brains are all taxed out, and it's like thinking of what ifs and whatnot. It's like, oh, my brain's pretty taxed, and I don't know how to answer that right now.
Yep. So I think it's a pretty good place we end the podcast.
Yeah. It's been real.
Right.
Yes.
So anyway, I think this will do it for the. Your brain is taxed. Revolution. No taxation without representation. Gosh darn it.
With the British hot on our heels, I think that's a good place to end.
Yeah.
So thank you all for tuning into this week's episode of the KWCC, and we will see you all next time. Until then, see you later, folks.
And we have a Christmas. You know what? I also want to say we have a Christmas gift for all you that you will love.
Thanksgiving gift. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way.
Happy Thanksgiving too, if anyone remembers that. No, we have something for you this coming Christmas around that time. Everyone will love us for it. It'll be a great send off for the year. Am I right, Gray Shot, or am I right?
Wait.
Yes.
Send off for who?
You'll see when it comes.
Oh, Ghidorah.
For maybe.
Ghidorah.
So, with that said, we will see you guys all next month, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Oh boy.
Ta-ta.
Adios.